Welcome into another edition of the Gator Nation Football Podcast Film Review. I'm your host, James DiVirgilio, and on this episode, we'll take a look at Florida's defense versus Missouri. You'll have to bear with me on this one as my voice is struggling. I waited as long as I possibly could to record this, but any longer, and I'd get it out too late. So stick with me if you can. In this game, it largely featured what Florida's defense has been doing for the most part of this year, allowing a lot of yards, playing a lot of plays actually pretty well, and the plays they don't play well, just inflicting maximum pain on the defense and the scoreboard. And of course, we have that 4th down and 17 to break down as well. But first, as always, if you like this content, sub to this channel, like this video, follow us on social media, check out our podcast each and every Monday, where we bring you in-depth analysis on the Gators, and support our efforts to bring you more of this content all year long by dropping us a dono on Patreon. Before we begin the film review, I do want to share a couple of stats that you might find interesting. Florida's defense under Coach Armstrong, who we call Coach Ham, has come under fire for good reason, as this is one of Florida's worst defenses this season in the modern era. Is it worse than last year's defense? While you can find stats that make it look similar, one of the stats I prefer on the podcast and on film review is success rate. We've talked about it before. Success rate gives you a look at your success on each play. Essentially, how well are you doing on each play as an average? It gives you a good idea of how well you're doing on standard downs, which are 1st down and 10, 2nd down and 7 or better, 3rd down and 5 or better, or passing downs, which is going to be 2nd and 7 or longer and 3rd and 5 or longer. And it gives you a way to look at how well your defense is performing. So overall, Florida's success rate in 2022 as a defense was 105th in the country. This year, believe it or not, this particular edition of the defense is 34th overall. Now, I know a lot of you are saying that's unbelievable, but it is something we keep seeing on film review. The majority of the plays Florida makes are actually pretty good. What really kills them is the explosiveness. This year's defense is second to last in all of college football with regards to explosive rate. That is not good. Last year's defense was 90th. Also not good, but not as bad as this one. The rest of the stats for this year's defense are actually fairly solid. On standard downs, Florida's defense is 28th in the country. On passing downs, 52nd. Against the run on running plays, 21st. And on passing plays, 70th. So you can see that Florida struggles more on passing downs and on passing plays than it does versus running plays or on standard downs. Last year's defense was far, far worse. On standard downs, instead of being 28th, it was 68th. On passing downs, instead of being 52nd, it was 130th. On running plays, instead of being 21st, it's 102nd. And on passing plays, instead of being 70th, 95th. So the only stat the 2022 defense is better than this current defense at is explosive rate. And it was still poor at 90th versus 132. I say all that to say Florida's defense is not good this year. That's important. I'm not trying to give you a success rate to say, look at this, it's really good, look at the stat. You are what you're putting on film, and you are what your production says you are. This football team, Florida's football team, would have more wins. They'd certainly have more wins if their defense had played better. But something we keep seeing on film every single week is that Florida does make a lot of quality plays on defense, followed by, again, horrific ones. Now, for this film review, I've shortened it, about 33 plays. Most of these plays are the ones that did not go well, but all the rest of them actually generally went very well for Florida, as Missouri had lots of 3rd and longs, lots of negative plays. We're not going to look at a lot of those because we're here to see essentially what went wrong. We've showed a lot of the stuff Florida's done well. That was true again this year. All right, with that being said, felt like a good time to kind of get into that primer. Let's take a look at the first play we want to look at, which is after Missouri gets a 1st down. 1st down and 10. And we are going to see a defense that is not ready. So this is the first time the camera shows us this. But what's really happened is Kimber here was having a discussion, is out of position, is unsure where he's supposed to be. And we do not have Scooby playing this game, so no Scooby Williams. He was out with the flu. Because Florida's game plans are complex and very specific to opponents, which we talk a lot about on the podcast. Is that a good or bad idea this season? Seems like more of a bad idea given that Florida can't execute it. A good idea at a ceiling level. We feature 2 different linebackers. Guys we've seen, Taraj Mitchell here, Manny Nunnery here. They're going to get the bulk of the snaps in this game. We'll see, of course, the freshman Jaden Robinson, and we'll see Wingo as well. But early on, Florida now not ready for this snap. Right on this side of the field, we're good. This side of the field, not good. And it just so happens that Missouri is going to run the old counter. Here comes the counter, tight end, guard counter right here coming across. We're going to kick this out, come in the hole and blow this out. And again, Kimber should be over here. He's not ready. He's not in the right spot. So what happens here is Princely engages this at the line of scrimmage. We're going to call that neutral. That's neutral. Now we're too late here. So if Mitchell makes a better read on this handoff, see how he's still looking in the backfield? Still looking in the backfield. Still now he's moving. If he reads right away, this is a counter play, he's going to fly in here and blast this before they cross the line of scrimmage. So again, we're already across line of scrimmage. However, Mitchell is a powerful guy. It's one of his best attributes. He is going to win this exchange. Look at this right here. That's a win on the exchange. The only problem is we're still going to take an L here because Nunnery needs to scrape across this. He knows the play side linebacker here has got to get in here and hit this. He's got to scrape across because this is the gap they want. It's a gap run. They only want one gap. The gap they want is here. Better linebacker is going to read this right away, is not going to get stuck here, is going to scrape across and fill this gap. We don't fill it. Kimber's not ready, so now he's going to get engaged out of the pocket over here. And this very simple counter run, which we've seen Florida be susceptible to before, is going to go for a first down on first down, and Missouri is in business early. To be a good defense, it's really important that you set the edge. Florida is going to play this correctly minus setting the edge. We're going to win. Look at the line of scrimmage right here. This is a win. This is a win right here for the D-line. We have won this battle, and now it's up to Sapp. Of course, it could be Castell in this case. Sorry, Nunnery in this case. It could be Nunnery too, but it doesn't look like Florida's having him here. So we're going to likely guess, as always, don't know for sure, that Sapp's supposed to set the edge here as Nunnery is filling in the inside portion, and Sapp is going to move too far over. This play is dead. They wanted an inside zone play in here. That's over. So we have won. Now we must set this edge here to keep him bottled up, and we got a tackle, and we've got a no gainer. Instead, what happens? Cutback lane. There is no one here on the edge. Sapp's got to be out here waiting for this. He's the edge setter. Doesn't set it. We're off to the races. Here's the freshman Castell. Now we're chasing. It's a block over here down the field, and first down becomes first down on a play that should have been a loss. The defensive line wins that battle, but one guy does not do his job. In this case, Sapp. And again, scheme there is fine, right? Execution, not fine. First down, Missouri. All right, 3rd down and 3, assignment football. Assignment football. Who has the tight end? I cannot tell you because I'm not sure what Florida's in, right? We're moving across here in man, so someone has the tight end. Could be, and most likely is the away side linebacker. Most likely the case, right? Also could be here as well. Either one of these linebackers could be it. Could be the play side, could be the backside. I can't tell you. What I can tell you is somebody's supposed to have him, and no one's going to have him. Now, this is Kelby Collins. He's playing the end over. He's watching this zone read. It's not going to be him. He's not responsible for the tight end. But I want you to watch how long it takes the linebackers to recognize this ball is not handed off. Go ahead and watch this. Take a look at Taraji Mitchell. This ball has been well in the hands of the quarterback. We're still in here. Look at Mitchell. That's a linebacker. Take a look at him. Now look at where he's looking. He's looking over here. Now now we just now locate that is actually not handed off. If you want to be a top-level linebacker in college football, you have to read plays quickly, especially if you have experience. Both Nunnery and Mitchell have experience, but one of the problems that's plaguing Florida is their linebacker play, whether it's young linebackers or older linebackers, and large part is just their eye discipline, their ability to read what's going on with the play, but more importantly, just to do your job, right? In this case here, you better believe someone is assigned to the tight end. He's an eligible receiver. One of these guys is assigned to the tight end. That is their literal job. The other one is in run fit. So if the tight end stays in and blocks, then you can fill a gap and you can fit in run fit. Again, I don't know who it is, but this is not supposed to be the case, right? Not supposed to be the case here. Now, you could argue it's Kelby Collins. It could be. Could be Kelby Collins. You could say that Kelby's supposed to come out here with the first available flat receiver, tight end comes here, and we exchange that. Also possible. Again, I don't know. What I know is you get 3 dudes looking in the backfield. Kelby Collins recognizes much quicker, better vantage point. This is what's happening. Tries to come out. He's not going to make that play. And then there's a nice little hurdle, right? Here comes Florida safeties down here. You want to play split safety. You want to have hard-hitting safeties. I did want to punish these guys in the open field. How about this for punishment? Hurdle, and we're in the red zone. So Missouri driving. Again, I can't tell you whose responsibility it is because obviously I don't know the play call and I'm not sure what Florida's running there. But again, early on here, simple assignment football. You have to get your assignments right. You can have the best scheme in the world, but if your players are not executing it, it might be time to de-level your concepts so that they can execute it. We see this too often from Florida. Again, I think the scheme is excellent at the high level. I think this scheme will work to shut stuff down one day. I do believe that. But this day, this season, there's been too much of that. Coming into this game, I was hopeful that Florida would do exactly what happened here. Give up a bunch of yards, get in the red zone, and hold Missouri to field goals. That was going to be a key to winning. This is a 12-play drive that winds up being a field goal. Florida's going to zone this out on 3rd and goal and do a really nice job covering. There's a simulated pressure. Simulated pressure in here. Just going to wind up bringing four guys coming in here. And the coverage in the back end is great, right? There's no real target for him to go to. Close this off. We're going to close this off. Right here, although he looks open, there's a player off your screen that you cannot see who's diving back on that play. He's not looking there anyway, but he's actually covered. There is nowhere to go with this football. Locked up here, locked up here, locked up there, locked up off your backside, locked up there. Nowhere to go. Cook waits and waits. He's got a lot of time. All right, Florida's not getting quality pressure here. A lot of time. Nice job here by Kelby, though. We've seen Florida struggle with this before. Stay here. Make sure you get a good push off your man and then get out to the edge here so he can't turn the corner on you, and he does not allow him to turn the corner, which leads to a throwaway. So great job there by the defense. You had some issues on the first drive, but you hold him to 3 points. You will take that, especially with the state of Florida's defense this season. Florida up on Missouri 7-3. That's the 5th opening drive for Florida's offense that results in a touchdown at 6 games. Good stuff there. See if we can get a stop here and set the tone. Kimber going to show blitz right here. Missouri goes to the sideline and change the play up some. Change this up. Florida does not run a blitz. One thing I like Coach Ham does, right? Shows something. When they adjust, he adjusts. I like that tactical nature a lot. Here is the almost always excellent Jaden Hill. He's now coming on a nickel blitz. We call this play perfectly. This is an absolute home run call here by Coach Ham, bringing nickel blitz right into the run that they want. And let's focus here on Jaden. Focus on Jaden here. Strong spin move for nickel. He really comes in well. Comes downhill, stays hard when he's making these moves as far as physicality goes, and then also generally holds his gap. So notice here, he avoids what a lot of smaller guys will do, is come in and say, I'm going to get outside here, right? I'm thirsty to make a play. And instead, spin move there, use your leverage, and now he's in the gap. This is the play. This is where they want the play to go. He's standing in the gap, engage, make a tackle. I mean, that is absolutely awesome stuff there from 23. Again, he's putting great stuff on film each and every week. Really sure tackler. Quality play. Great call by Coach Ham. Good play by Florida's defense, bringing up 3rd down. 3rd down and 8 now for Missouri. What do we bring in here? A stack set. So how does Florida want to handle this? There's several ways to handle this. On this particular one, Jaden Hill is going to take the first receiver that goes in. Kimber's going to stay flat-footed and wait to see anyone else that comes out or vertical. Here's the exchange. Kimber waiting, backpedaling. Immediately sees an in-breaking route here, locks on. We're good here. Watch the hands of Miguel Mitchell up top of your screen right there. It's going to go off your screen. But he's going to engage and reroute. Really important right here. He wants to run this out route. In college football, you can reroute. Get your hands on him. And he does. He gets his hands on him right there, which slows his out route momentum. We're bringing Searcy on a big stunt here to make sure that we have basically a spy. It's a long, slow stunt. What's really happening here is he's able to, anything that funnels this way, he's able to come play that. And if the play delays, he's able to come through. Works nicely. Notice how he gets right into the throwing lane right here. He's in the throwing lane. Make that a little harder. Great coverage here. Gail Mitchell, generally not a great cover guy thus far on film this season. He's there. Maybe a little early, but close enough right there. Yep, you can see he thinks it's a little early. Maybe a little early, gets away with it. But either way, Florida plays man defense right there and gets off the field on 3rd down and 8. Next drive, after 2 good plays, again, 2 more good plays from Florida's defense. There's been far more good plays in the first quarter of this game. There have been bad ones, that's for sure. 3rd and 9, we're going to see another good play here. Florida simulated pressure. Who's coming? Confuse the offensive line. Going to bring just 3. Just 3 here. Searcy's going to come out here and bubble out into the flat. We're going to bring Kimber on a corner blitz. Now, I like the mentality of Kimber here. I've talked a lot about contained rushing and how important that is. Sometimes corners come flying in here. They take an inside route. Quarterback rolls out to the right, which is his preferred throwing hand. You do not want to do that. That's bad. Kimber comes in too slow. Ideally, right here, you want to send this and get to within about 3 to 4 yards of the quarterback. Full speed, full speed, full speed. Right about here, break down. And you can see him breaking down. That's good. Break down and break down on his outside shoulder. So you make him step up this way so you can collapse this pocket. That's a home run. That's what you want on film. That's what you want on the teach tape, right? Instead, Kimber comes in pretty slow. Jogging. He's breaking down too early. It's too much time. If there is a place to go with this football, he has it. He's got to do a little more to close this down. And the breakdown here is nice, but even then he still actually allows the escape out here, but just for a second, right? So because he broke down well, now we're throwing a back foot throw. Look at this throw, back foot heave, out of bounds. And this is why largely, again, if I'm coaching defense, I would much rather have my players err on this side of what Kimber is doing than come flying in super fast, right? This is largely going to be beneficial for you. It's not optimal. You want better, like I just showed you. But this will be more helpful because if your coverage is solid, you are not going to give up a bunny with the quarterback rolling out. Florida is not there. Gets off the field again. So far in the first quarter, Florida's defense looking pretty good outside that first drive. 2nd down and 8 now after a Florida punt. One thing that's been true this season too is if Florida's defense does get stops, Florida's offense can't seemingly score off of that. It's a weird reality. Correlation, causation, I'm not sure what the scenario is, but it happens. It's frustrating. All right, motion man. Kimber now going to say, hey, look, here's how we're going to handle this. He's motioning across, except I can't tell you what's happening here, right? You can play off here. It's fine to play off here, but you want to play flat-footed. So if its first move is a quick out, you can come collapse on that. We've seen Florida do this well at other times. Instead, Kimber's going to bail out of your screen. Look at this first look right here. It's exactly where Cook is looking. Right? He's like, all right, easy. Is this really this easy? Are they just going to give me this throw like this? I mean, look at this. You can't even see Kimber yet. There he is. Who is he covering? What is he doing? There's no technique where you're going to bail that far off the ball on hike. I mean, that's just not correct. And what the heck is that? I have no idea, but that's the stuff you look at and you want to ask questions. I'd love to have Coach Ham sit in and say, hey, here's the look we're in. Here's what's supposed to happen, because I can guarantee it's not supposed to be that. All right, 1st down and 10. We're going to join this play a little late. It's just snap. What matters here is Mitchell, number 10, has spent the past 5 seconds looking over here, trying to figure out what is happening. Now, we saw this earlier with Kimber when Florida just voided a side of the field. Here's Kimber. He's going to come here as a C-gap rush, right? And watch how poor this is from Florida. One, Kimber needs to chill for a second, because if he keeps this ball, then you go get him. If he holds this ball, you still got to stay in run fit, right? Number 2, need our linebackers here to make a good read on where this ball is going right here. Pause it. Kimber has already taken himself out of the play. The only thing Kimber can do with this kind of hard step is go get the quarterback. That's it. He can't be a two-way player. He's a one-way player. He's quarterback or bust, and now we're bust. If he chills and he's where he should be, takes a read step, then this guy's going to run right into him, and we have a 0-yard, maybe 2-yard gain, right? Also, we could have Tarajda read this correctly. Get into the gap. You got a double team here. Look, this is tough, right? Zone run here. He can go either way he wants. He can go here and here. But obviously, we'd rather have it go more towards the middle. We got more help than out here. So now we're buried. Again, 2 guys right next to each other. Never what you want to see on the film, right? This is bad. 2 orange helmets hugging each other. Not a good look. Overrun from your corner. Not a good look. Now, no worries. We got a safety over here, right? We got a safety and run fit. No doubt. It's a split safety coverage. We always have a safety and run fit. Where's he at? He's going to come down and make a tackle. Oh, there he is. He's chasing with his head sideways like, hey, man, what are you doing running out here? You're not supposed to go this way. Tutty, what the heck are we doing? What is going on? What are we doing here, right? This can't happen. He's got to be in run fit down here. This is going to be Castell in this case, right? Or Thornton, I can't tell who it is. But regardless, he's actually going to play pass, which means your other safety in split safety is going to wind up coming down in run fit. That's what's going to happen. We're in run fit. Except Mitchell actually winds up just looking over here like we're in a poach type defense where he's going to read the 3 receiver in case he comes across, which could be it, but it's not here. And then he never even gets his eyes over here, right? Even if he was looking at the release of 3 immediately runs to the flat. He'd put his eyes down here. You got to get to run fit. Not going to get to run fit. Kimber overruns. Mitchell nowhere to be found. Out the gate. walk-in touchdown. I mean, this is the stuff Florida gives up. You play a lot of good plays. You're up 7-3. Then you make that play. And that's why this defense is a bad defense. You just can't keep doing it. No matter who's a linebacker, we have issues like this. No matter who's a safety, we have issues like this. You're a bad defense. The saving grace is a lot of these guys are transferred guys that didn't get a lot of playing time, or they're freshmen. So you do have an excuse that, hey, you know what? These are not the ideal guys. We're going to roll with them. We're going to teach them. We're going to try to get them as good as we can. But also, it's still a mixture of coaching. Perhaps you got to run something your guys can handle. Because if you're blowing your execution before the ball's even snapped, even if it's the most optimal scheme in the world, it's not going to work. You got to execute, right? So de-level it. So I think if there's one thing Coach Ham should take away from this year, it's that early on, if his defense is not able to run the optimal scheme versus a team, you got to de-level that stuff. You got to bring it down. You got to play simpler. You got to keep stuff in front of you. Florida just cannot continue to give up these kind of explosive plays. For next year's defense, it cannot do this. You cannot win football games giving up so many one-play touchdowns. Can't do it. Florida's offense gets stopped. 3rd down and 4 from Missouri. Another chance for Florida to get off the football field here. Man in motion, they're going to settle into something that tends to be really hurting Florida. Any of these sets where there's a close split, you got Marshall, you got the generally excellent Jaden Hill, freshman, Jaden Robinson there, linebacker. Tight end, 1, 2, 3. You have rules for how you want to handle this, right? This is how it's a 3-by-1 set. 3-by-1. How do you want to handle this? You have your rules. You already know. You talk about it all week in practice. You rep it out. Missouri runs this stuff. 3-by-1. What do you want to do? Right away, Jaden and Jaden, different spellings, are looking at the number 2, which means nobody is looking at the number 3. Nobody. Nobody's looking at number 3. Ready? Here we go. Number 2 and number 2. Who is on number 3? Boom. Layup. Bunny. 3rd and 4. Bunny. Looks like it's the freshman. Jaden. Not there. Tackle by Marshall out of bounds, right? And then you always turn back and look. Kind of say, what's up, man? Isn't this a signal? Here it is. Here's the signal. No, I don't know who's right. I can't tell you who's right. I can just tell you, once again, assignment football. Not getting the right assignment. Not going to be a good football team if you can't get the right assignment. Obviously, Florida has some built-in excuses, as we keep mentioning them. At some point, doesn't matter. You got to stop blowing these simple scenarios. You practice this all week long. 2-by-2, 3-by-1, right? 3-by-2. Whatever you want, whatever the set is, you got to know what your rule is. You got to get it right. It's happening too often. Florida now, a couple of good plays on defense, back to 3rd and 13. So kind of the 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 good plays in a row and 1 bad one. This is going to be just fine. Simulated pressure. Florida playing off coverage here. Why? Because they got a long way to go. Long way to go to the sticks, right? Keep your eyes in the backfield. It's a dump off, a short pass, rally up, make a tackle, right? You got a long way to go. We're going to fly out. Here we go. Linebackers are going to bail. There goes Wingo. Castell's going back deep middle. Nunnery's going here. We're going to bubble, bubble, bubble. Take a bubble in the middle, right? Cover all the zones. Keep stuff in front of us right away. They're letting us go. Princely says they're letting me go. It's got to be a screen. Got to be a screen. Slam on the brakes. Come back. Try to help out. So Nunnery sees screen. See screen here. Go to the outside. Check. Good work. Nunnery fill right here. Engage this block early. Check. Fight it off. Get a tackle perhaps, which he does. Gets a little hand on him there. And now key point. Got to make a tackle here. Notice Princely. Notice Princely right here. Number 1, right? Good tackle right here. Wrap up. Hang on for dear life. Get down, right? That's a freshman. Bryce Thornton. We talked about Florida's safety tackling. Good tackle there by Bryce. One more time. This is important. Princely does not just chill here and say, I have to scream, my guy's got it. Screen. Come back. You're not blocked. Get back here. Here we go. Sneak around the blocker. Freshman right here. Sets him up. He's missed one-on-one tackles before. Gets around the blocker. Comes low. Gets a tackle. Princely here in case he doesn't make it. Hold him up. Finish it off. Get off the field. Right? Good stuff there from Florida's defense. Yeah, you give up 10, 11 yards there. That's okay. Your goal is you can give up whatever you want. Really, don't make it 4th and 1 or so. But this is plenty fine. Most teams on their own side not going to go for that. Keep it in front of you. Rally up. Make a tackle. All right, 3rd down and 7. 2 more good plays from Florida's defense. Late now in the second quarter. Florida's offense, hot start. Nothing since then. Blank since then. Florida's defense playing fine. On the road, doing good. Here we go. Simulated pressure, no real pressure. Florida's going to bring the heat, right? We're bringing everyone in here. Cover 0. Cover zero, no safety, locked up man-to-man, no safety. You got 4 guys in the backfield. Everybody else is coming in hot. Perfect play call here from Missouri. Look, sometimes the offense wins. This is an aggressive play call. A lot of you probably like this. I like aggressive defenses. I love playing man. It's a good call. Florida could make this better with better execution, right? But this is a good play call by Missouri. Here we go. Speed option, as though we're playing NCAA, 2005 here, right? Speed option, one of the best plays in the video game. Here we go. Now, what do you want to do for Florida? Well, if you see this all the time, and you're playing the late 90s, you see Nebraska play, you know that you cannot allow him to make this pitch quickly unless you have a linebacker who's exchanging with you to the outside, which on this play is not happening. Now, Wingo's supposed to be the guy that's getting over here. Nunnery could too, right? But here, if you're Cersei, you're in great position to stop the quarterback, but ideally, if you strafe a little longer, you might be able to also push him to the sideline. Okay, that's perfect by him if he makes that happen. Secondarily here, if you're Nunnery or Wingo, this is good. This is a speed option. I mean, you read this, and you now have to get straight to the sideline. It's the only place this play can go. You got to get there. And take a look at Nunnery. Take a look at Wingo. Wingo squeaks through. If Wingo's a faster guy, he's a big, built like a Mack truck kind of guy, not quick enough, he's going to try to get there. No chance. Not going to get there. Right? And Nunnery is way out of the play. He's not going to get there. But Princely, who's all the way from the backside, look at Princely, all the way from the backside, he is going to take the right angle and try to get here. And eventually, he basically does get there. So again, Princely puts great stuff on film all the time, right? If all of Florida's D linemen and linebackers, especially linebackers, had the reactions Princely did at reading plays, it'd be a different football team. But either way, good play call here. Credit where credit is due. Florida bringing right side pressure. They go right to the boundary side of the field where Florida's in man. They run verticals to run him off. We need to have a hero play either there by Cersei, or we got to have a good play by a linebacker on sideline to sideline, not Florida's strength. Out the gate, huge play on 3rd down and 7. And again, good play call. Credit where credit's due. You're going to get some of those. Some of those are going to hit you. In Florida's case there, they got them. After a couple of good plays from Florida, 3rd down and 1. Chance of Florida to get off the field. Going to bring a run blitz in the A-gap. Split zone, something Florida loves to run here. Split zone here, lineman this way, tight end this way. Florida gets good penetration on that side, but the middle going to be left wide open. Good news, though, not going to matter, right, is right here. We are not setting up for a field goal, although it definitely looks like it, and that knee is down. So Florida's going to get a gift of a stop, but you'll take that. A self-inflicted win by Missouri is only going to lead to 3. So that's 2 trips to the red zone for Missouri that have only led up to 6 points, something Florida needed desperately in this game. And they get it, going down just 13-7, even though they actually converted this 3rd down. So a gift there. Florida will take it. 13-7 Missouri. Second half action now. Florida with the lead, 14-13, scoring coming out of the gate in the second half. Missouri on offense going to simply run with their best receiver, who had 9 catches for 158 yards. Luther Van Burden here absolutely torched the Gators, matched up on the freshman safety, Castell, who is a good cover guy. That's one reason why I like him. A lot of other parts of his game he's got to clean up. But right now, good cover guy. Simple out route here. Nothing too fancy, except Florida accounts for this. They are not asking Castell to just straight up cover both parts of the field. In fact, on hike, he's going to move here so that he can wall everything off to the inside. His job is to funnel him to the inside where he has help. He has help in here, right? He's not going to do that. Step 1, do your job. Do your job. Notice how he's outside leverage, right? Here's Castell's route. He's outside, a little bit shaded. Stay outside, Castell. Stay outside, Castell. You got a dropper right here. See how Mitchell is eyeing him? Rewind right here. Number 2 receiver. Mitchell's going to open up. Look at the number 2. Number 2 comes anywhere near the middle. He's going to help play underneath. He's going to run an out route, which means Castell's got to be on that outside shoulder. He's not. Cook opens up. He's just looking at this route the entire time. Notice his eyes. Looking here the entire time, just looking at it, okay, now I feel good about it. Far side of the field throw. Puts it on the money to the best receiver, and then a missed tackle by Castell. But none of this should have happened. The scheme here for Florida is perfect. They are calling this play. They have it walled off by design. Execution, anything but perfect. Missed tackle, off to the races. There's, again, the aforementioned Jaden Hill, playing great, making a nice tackle. Big conversion to the best receiver on Missouri's roster on a play that you have accounted for. Doesn't matter. Big play. Good play on first down by Florida. It's now second down. This is where you got to get your splits right. You know, if you're Wingo, that you are bringing a safety blitz. You know that you are too far away. Your split is wrong. This is on you. You don't want to give away that we're bringing a blitz here, but you also don't want to make it impossible for you to get to your responsibility, right? Now, Missouri thinks something is up. It sees Castell on this point. It thinks something is up, and right away opens up and goes hot. Goes hot right away, right? This is a win for Missouri versus the play call of Florida, but this can be negated. A better split. This is too tight. A better split here, and look, I know Florida's running a tight formation here, TITE. Talked about this a lot. This is largely, again, going to be trouble for him. But if you get this look here and your split's too far, I'd rather have you peel yourself out some and say forget it, right? Forget it. You can still recover on the run. Perhaps, again, they're saying, hey, look, let's be real deceptive. Stay right here in this tight front, make it look nice and clean, and then get over here. Well, either way, Missouri's going to call this play perfectly. Right there, open up. They know there's no chance he can get there. Look how open he is. Flips his head around right away. This is reading the mail of the defense. Big win for Missouri's offense, right? This is a loss for Ham. Win for Missouri. Stand tall. Put it over the blitzing safety. There's Castell with his hands up right there. Almost touches it. Ball thrown outside shoulder. Wingo's got to make a tackle now. Limit the damage. Miss the tackle. 2nd and 10 is an easy 15. It's too easy. Sometimes you outthink yourself. Sometimes you don't need to do this, right? Again, I think Florida is sometimes too complicated for their own good, too fancy even for their own good. They might be better off just trying to play a little more sound. Be one thing if Florida's putting this stuff on tape, or if Wingo is super fleet of foot, but he is not. He is not. He is not a fast linebacker. Look at him. He's a tank out there. He's not going to get there. Most guys, he looks like he's jogging when he's sprinting, right? No offense to him. I mean, he's lumbering to get there. Not going to happen. Not a good look. All right, so we'll give Coach Ham an L on the previous play. We're going to give him a big fat W on this play, and we're going to take a big fat L. Motion across by the tight end. Nobody chases him. Florida staying in zone. And then here we go. Double gap pressure right in the exact run gap that Missouri's going into. Take a look at that. 2 Gator helmets entering the gap. Trader's like, oh, man, this does not look good for me. Little sidestep. 2 Gator helmets right here. Somebody's got to hit him. Let's watch his back go flying into the backfield. Nope. We got a complete whiff here. And then basically a whiff there. A slight leg grab by Tarajda Mitchell. Wingo now looking on top there of Tarajda and straight through that gap. Now there's Kimber. And we're down to the 1 yard line. So this play on 1st and goal should be a no gainer or even a loss, and punishment delved out on the running back, right? No one is here to block this, by the way. There is no magical person there. Here's your center who at the end tries to get a little touch by simply making one little sidestep. There are 2 guys in this gap. One little sidestep, he gets them both. And then there we go. Down to the 1 yard line. Couple of good plays by Florida. Now it's 3rd down and goal. Can they get another goal line stop? Well, almost actually. Florida almost pulls this off. Missouri's going to get in here just at the end, but right away, early on, if we can get this to work correctly here, a little bit of struggles. All right, there we go. Going to pull the guard across the formation, bring Schrader, the running back, there as well, and then Cook right in behind him. Basically 2 lead blockers. Florida is going to actually get good penetration in here early. Here's Wingo. You can see Wingo right here. That's what you want to see. You want to see a helmet meeting this blocker ahead of the line of scrimmage, which we see. And now we need to make a tackle. And right here, there it is. There's Mitchell. He shoots through. He sheds a block. He shoots through. He has a chance to make a hero play. Look, the odds are stacked against you here, but he has a chance. If he can just wrap him here and pull him down, and look, he pulls down, and I mean, he almost pulls him down. If he's not slip off right here, he probably pulls him straight down to the ground, and that's a stop. Instead, nice play by Cook. He slides in the end zone, picks a Missouri touchdown. Missouri back on top. Couple of good plays again from Florida's defense. 21-20 score here. Let's get off the field, get the ball back to the offense, get some breathing room on 3rd down and 9. Keep an eye on this set. Take a look at this set. Bunch set, trip set, right? 3 by 1. You're going to see this later. It's going to matter, at least something similar to it. How does Florida want to handle this? Let's take a look. Jaden Hill comes up top. All of you that follow this channel for any amount of years know I love to be physical with the front of this bunch. I think it messes a lot of the concepts up. Florida going to elect not to be physical here instead. Jaden Hill's going to run with the first flat route that comes out to the outside. First outside route. Kimber's going to bail, take anyone that comes deep into his area. And then we're going to read the right here, right? Again, 1, 2, 3. Number 3, who's coming across the formation here, is going to get picked up by Castell, who's here, who is then going to pass this off to the weak side safety, Miguel Mitchell, who I believe Castell is assuming is playing a weak rotation poacher, where he starts over here as safety. He eyes the number 3 receiver. He helps on anything that comes across his way. However, Mitchell is going to go from his safety spot and bail to the deep third, right in the middle. He's not going to cover this play at all, and that is what is going to waste a nice pressure from Florida here. 4-man. Going to get right up in here. Right, hands in the face. Kelby Collins right here. Drive his man all the way back. Let's watch this. Drive the left tackle, drive the left tackle, drive the left tackle. Own the left tackle. Eat him for lunch. That's phenomenal stuff. It's a freshman. How much better is this going to be? Guys, this guy going to be as a sophomore when he's bigger, stronger, and more experienced, right? And look at this. Again, who's that? That's their best receiver. That's their best receiver, right? Here's Castell. Here's Kimber. Kimber did his job on this play. Castell maybe didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's Mitchell. I don't know. Now it's time to kill this guy, right? Lay the wood. You're safety. Here you go. This is your moment. Get him. Hit him. Stick him. Here comes Miguel Mitchell. Stick him. Boom. Uh-oh. That's not a good look. Head over heel backwards, right? Burden's still up. Now we're running. There's Nunnery. Almost gets away from Nunnery. Best receiver on Missouri. Wide open on a 3rd down and 9 where they can float this ball in. What happens? Here you go. We're going to come outside. We're going to bail out here. Who has got the number 3? Who has got the number 3 receiver who's wearing number 3? There's Castell. Castell on him now, right? He's going to pass him off to nobody. Here we go. Pass him off. Sit. He thinks the weak side safety, Mitchell, is going to be there waiting for this play, reading the 3. He is not. He recovered. He went all the way back here. That was where Mitchell was. Now he's rotating back down. Missed the tackle. Nunnery chases. Eventually gets him. And we get a roughing the passer anyway on Kelby Collins. So good times there from Florida's defense. Was the play call good? Could have been. Certainly wasn't that, right? But someone doesn't do their job. 3rd and 9 becomes a huge play. You just can't have that if you want to win games on the road in the SEC. 2nd and goal from a long way away from Missouri. Let's have Florida take advantage of this. We're going to stunt. This has hurt Florida. The concept itself is totally fine, but Florida will mess it up. They're going to mess it up here. Cersei's going to exchange with Banks, except Banks is not going to exchange with anyone. He's going to stay in his exact gap right here, and that is going to allow right here. Now we're here. He's the outside defender. Set the edge. Set the edge. Do not let him outside. Well, he goes inside. Nobody's here. Nobody is here. It's Jaden Daniels part 2. Here we go. And that's what Nunnery's thinking. I saw a lot of film in the week with Jaden Daniels running all over us. I know that maybe I should help out. I know I've got their best receiver coming across my face here. I'm going to look at him and decide he's not worth it. I'm going to come down here. Come down here. Burden's like, oh my gosh, dude, these guys don't cover me. They don't care about me. They think I'm trash. I'm going to kill these guys. It's a better ball from Cook. This is a walk-in touchdown. Better ball from Cook. It's easy. Jaden Hill, great player. Puts good stuff on film. Hero play here. Probably could have had a pick though, right? That's not his man. He heads up on the quarterback, sees with the peripheral vision what's happening, thinks, oh no, this is not good. I got to help. Separates, push off, right? Separate right here and try to get to this football. Poorly thrown ball. Jaden Hill, little off balance right here, is ready. He's almost ready. If he's ready a second earlier, it's a pick. Instead, he gets a hand on it, and then there it is. Luther Van Burden's like, no worries, I got this. And thankfully, the ball hits the ground, right? Thankfully, the ball hits the ground. But Florida does a stunt. They don't exchange their responsibilities correctly. Cook gets out of the pocket. Should have been an easy ball TD. Florida dodges a bullet here. Offsides by Florida makes this 3rd down a little easier. Again, you know that Florida watched the tape of LSU over and over again. And they learned something because Cook, who's also a pretty good runner, basically ran for nothing. What happens here? bringing 4, except keep an eye on Cersei. He does not come. He is spying, right? Looks like he's coming. He's chilling. He's going to sit in the middle of the field, set himself up, and be ready here or here to come help. Florida's also in zone. They have eyes on the quarterback here. All these guys can look back and see. They all can help, right? Tons of eyes on 3rd and goal. Not going to happen this time. Cersei closes down. Really athletic play here, by the way. And then in comes Sapp to finish it off. So again, Florida's D-line, I think, has a lot of promise. A lot of promise at times. Really, really quality play there by them. Sets up 4th and goal. Florida with a crucial stop to keep this game 23-21. Game hanging in the balance here at 23-21 in the 4th. Florida's offense with 2 turnovers. Missouri with none. Well, not a second one yet, but one and soon to be a second. In this ball game. All right. Coach Ham going to have a major W on this play call. Huge win. Basically calls the exact play that Missouri wants to run on 2nd down and 6. We've watched Florida run this play countless times. They're going to run it here with the receiver instead of a tight end, but the same concept. Going to sneak him out here. Little play action, right? Roll out to the right, little flood concept here and here. And Florida has this play completely shut down. There's Castell, good cover guy. We're locked up. We're locked up here. Right here. We're locked up, right? Locked up, locked up, locked up. We're locked up. We're good. Here comes Kelby Collins into the backfield. This play's dead. It's over. Nothing over here. No one here. We're golden. This junk is over. Good job. Pat on the helmet. Except Castell decides to not do his job. Your job is here. I know that Jaden Daniels ran all over our team. But if Cook goes all the way out here and he runs for a bunch of yards, that's not your fault, right? That's going to be Wingo's fault. It's going to be Kelby Collins' fault. It's going to be these guys' fault. Not your fault. You got to do your job. Do your job. Don't do someone else's job. And instead, Castell's like, nah, I got this. I'm here. I see him. He's good. But Castell, you don't have anybody helping you. And again, you're a freshman. You'll learn from this. Do your job. Can't do it. Cook is like, oh, man, this is great. I was about to just like direct traffic over here. Look at him right here. He's like, okay, cool. I got nothing. Okay, arm out as a quarterback when this is going on means like, hey, bro, just make something up. Go on the sideline. I'll put it up there, see what happens. He's like, oh, wow, never mind. That worked. This dude bit on that. And he's coming downhill. Sick. I'll take a screen pass now. And this is the worst thing ever. This is what is the worst thing ever. This play is equally disgusting to the 4th and 17 play because at this point in time, Wingo is trying to get back here to come underneath. That's where he's going. Notice how he's hustling. That's correct because this is not his job. He saw that Castell has him. He has him. I'm going to recover here and help underneath this play. That's good. Same thing Mitchell's doing. Got to get underneath these guys now. This is good and good, right? A little late, a little slow to react to this play fake, but whatever. You're doing your job. But now you get one guy who avoids his job, and now you're in trouble because Florida's linebackers just aren't that quick. These two dudes aren't that fast. They're not sideline to sideline guys. And now Wingo needs to get here to stop this play. Just get out there. And right here, it sort of looks like he's jogging, which is kind of frustrating. He isn't. I think he's giving all he's got. He's just not a fast guy. And if you're not a fast guy, your angle better not be like this. It better be like this, right? Check out his angle. Flat angle. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I take a steep angle. Whoops, that dude's fast, a lot faster than me, and now I can't even really touch him, except for right there. Let's watch Mitchell. Let's watch 20. 20. Certainly he's got the angle. Let's take a look at what he does. He's here. He's kind of chilling. Okay. Somebody's got him. I'm going to slow up some. Okay, cool. I'm going to slow up a little bit more. Okay, now I got to get him. I got to steepen my angle here, and I am also going to just touch his leg. Right? One-hand touch. We're good. We got this guy down. So, huge compounding problems. 1, void your responsibility. 2, get sideline to sideline, make a tackle. If you're slow, take this angle. If you're really slow, take this angle. Take this angle. Get over there and don't allow a touchdown, right? There you go. But wait, there's more. Nice job here sealing off the outside. He makes him come to the inside. So this is correct over here. That is correct. Good job there, right? It's a good job there. What about on the back end? Here's a safety. A safety. Named correctly, because you're supposed to stop these plays from happening. It's a freshman. It's Bryce Thornton. He is underneath the play, underneath the angle. Certainly after watching these two guys miss, you think he's going to go over the top and definitely not get caught shallow, except he's actually coming down here. and gone. There you go. That just makes you want to vomit. I mean, that's a play scheme-wise. You have shutdown. Everything is covered. It should be 3rd down and 6. And instead, Missouri gets a touchdown out of that play, compounded by bad angles and, 2 transfers and a freshman. That's what was on that play right there. That's what happened. You have 2 freshman safeties. They both make mistakes. 2 transfer linebackers aren't fast enough. And that's a reality. That's not an excuse. That's a reality of Florida's defense. That junk's not good enough. That's crazy to give that up for a touchdown. It'd be one thing if it just happened one time. It happens all the time. It's super frustrating, right? It's killing Florida in these games. I don't think it's going to be that way forever. I do think this will be the worst it's going to be. But it's still there. It's still bad. Max Brown in for the injured Graham Mertz, leading Florida on a touchdown drive, converting a 4th down, 7:24 left. We're in this thing. Let's make some stuff happen. 3rd down and 5, 2 good plays from the defense. Can we get a third? A motion out here. It's a running back bringing a 4, right, by 1 surface. 4 by 1. Now, Florida, as you're going to notice here, has 3 defenders covering 1 guy. Not an ideal start to this situation. Why? We're going to bring a corner blitz. That's why. All right, corner blitz is coming. Wingo's going to open up. He wants to see who's going to come in here first. And again, here is the problem, right? Here's the problem. Look at all of this luscious green grass. Freshman Castell, right here. 3rd down and what? 5. Where are the sticks? Right here. If I'm playing quarterback, what do I want to see? I want to see this. This is layup mode. As long as I have a receiver running into this area, I know he can't get there. He's way too far away. He's backpedaling. He is backpedaling. It's the easiest out route you will throw in your entire life. Look at this. Catch it. Turn. Oh my gosh, no one even hit me yet. I should be getting popped. Easy first down. Easy first down. What are we afraid of, right? We've seen Castell do this far too often. This is your responsibility, Castell. In this play, you're reading these breaks, and the first guy that comes to the flat is the guy you're coming to. Well, there he is. You're way too far away on 3rd down and 5. You got to take away what they most likely want early and often. This is not a good look. Not a good look at all. 2nd and 6, and sometimes the cameramen just know stuff. Number 99, Cam Jackson right here. A little foreshadowing. They're like, you know what, this guy, I'm feeling him. Let's get a film of him. Wingo. Now let's stay on Jackson right here because this dude's about to make a play. This is how you shut a block. You're a defensive lineman. You want to get PT. You want to ball out. You do this right here. Watch this. Bye-bye blocker. Take a look at his helmet. Ready? Gone. Ghosted. Bye. See ya. Chucked aside like a little rag doll. Whoop. Gone. And then wait one more time. Give me that. Into the backfield. Gone. I mean, that is some stuff right there. Yeah, you strut after that one. That is a phenomenal play right there by a D tackle on 3rd down. Coach Ham loving it, but also feeling stressed. He's like, you know what? This feels good. I'm happy about this, but also I'm not happy about this. And honestly, maybe I should have just stayed at Alabama, where I would have been a linebackers coach on a team that might make the playoff and nobody would know who I was. Instead, I'm catching tons of heat all the time. People wonder if I suck. Am I good? I'm wondering what's going on because my players can't execute. Maybe I'm too complicated. I don't know. He's got a lot of thoughts going on in that mind right there. But on 3rd down, we got a big stop. He doesn't look excited. He's not fist pumping, right? Because this game is stressful. On 2nd down, rather. But that play is a big-time play. It's a big-time play. It's going to bring up 3rd down, right? Bring up 3rd down right here. 3rd and 7, 2 points left. You just saw Coach Ham. What's he dialing up here? Down 2. Got to get a stop. The defense has had so many 3rd and longs. Again, a lot of good plays. You're seeing a lot of 3rd down and longs that generally leads to very successful defense. Florida's going to show blitz right here. Going to show blitz. There comes Nunnery. Blitz. Okay, Missouri says, okay, let's check into this, see what we're doing here. We know Florida will check out of this. What's going to happen here? Florida says, we're not checking. We're coming. Right, we're coming. We're going to play man. Who's accounting for number 3? We've seen that kill us, right? Who's accounting for number 3? We are right here. Here comes the freshman Thornton coming downhill. Safety's coming downhill. Castell's up top off your screen. Man-to-man here. We're man-to-man, locked up, bringing pressure. Here's Cersei again as our spy. He's going to spy in case he gets loose. Stay right, comes right to the middle of the field. Can play either way. Good decision here. Cook leaves the pocket, does not have what he wants. Now we're in free-for-all mode. Notice big Chris McClellan. Stay to the outside. Check. Good job here. Nunnery here. Good work. We're keeping this like a nice U. Keep the quarterback in the middle. If he escapes, we got angles, right? We got angles. There comes McClellan here, rather. He's got an angle. He's going to take a dive here. Not going to get him, but he's slowing him up. But look at Princely. Princely is fast, right? Watch Princely. He's quick. Block shed. He sees where this is going. Takes an angle that he knows he can get to, judging his own speed correctly. And we're here. Wrap up. Make a tackle. Again, Florida's going to have more Princeleys on this defense. Florida's going to have linebackers who run like Princely. Florida's not going to deal with what they're dealing with right now personnel-wise, but on this play, it's a big win for Florida, down 2, getting the ball back. Big-time win, and now we can see Coach Ham. Look, take a look, Coach Ham right here. He's happy, but he's still pretty muted, right? Big stop, I'll take it. I'm fired up, but I'm still pretty muted because, honestly, I'm kind of getting sick of getting worked. It's frustrating, right? It's a frustrating job. Either way, Florida's in this thing. 3rd and 8 now. 3rd and 8. 2 good plays from Florida's defense. 3rd down and 8, 1:16 left. Missouri with 1 timeout left. Great scenario. Let's get a stop. Let's get a sack. Let's get a complete pass. What's going to happen here? Florida playing man. Florida playing zone. Historically this season, Florida played a lot of man. They don't love their matchups as much now without Scooby out there or Shamar James playing pass coverage. They don't like it as much with Nunnery and obviously Wingo. They don't necessarily want to play man. We're going to play zone. Let's look at Nunnery. Look at Jaden Hill. On hike. Here we go. Marshall's going to bail. Hill, get to the sideline. Going to buzz out here. Nunnery, going to watch the release of 2, who's going to Jaden Hill, split the difference between these 2. And Cook again must be like, this cannot be real life. I have so much grass over here. I know my receiver is turning this way. This cannot be real life. There's your spy. Spy right there. Almost gets it, right? There's Cersei. But I mean, look at this. Nunnery winds up guarding nobody. He opens up to the inside. He sees him. He's looking at him. He's wide open. Doesn't go get him. Ball's thrown there. Wide open. I mean, just wide open. It's 3rd down and 8. The pressure's on them. Clamp on that junk. You have help over the top. There are people over the top of you. What are you possibly afraid of? Who are you covering over here? Right? And again, Florida's rules here are different. A lot of you, if you played high school football, you play college football, there's different ways to handle a 3-by-1 right here, right? Different ways to handle this. Florida's going to choose to go here, and then bubble this, right? You could just play a static zone. You could have all 3 of these guys stay here and have a single high safety where you could actually just buzz at the sticks. We could go here, here, and here. We can drop back here. We can move here and here. A lot of ways to do this. There's not a right way to do it, but the wrong way to do it is not to execute. The wrong way to do it is to get something you've practiced a million times with route combos that you're going to get a lot, a runoff, an out route, and an in-breaking route. Pretty common route combo there, right? Match up. Get in your zone match and match up. Doesn't happen. Layup on 3rd down and 8 for a 1st down. Penalty on Missouri. It's now 1st and 15. Let's take advantage of this, right? These are good vibes for a defense. 1st and 15, good starting spot. Again, everyone trying to ID what's going on. You got some frustration right here. Cersei saying, what's up? Get over here, Kelby. Let's get it going. What's Florida doing here again? Bringing the nickel. Bringing Jaden out here to the edge. This time Nunnery. Going to slide here underneath. Running back coming out and check down. We're in zone. We have eyes on this play. Here comes Nunnery. Downhill. Let's make a tackle. There comes Jaden Hill. Notice how Jaden Hill is a nickel, not a linebacker. Jaden Hill's a nickel. Nunnery actually has the line on him. Take a look. Look who's going to get there first. Jaden Hill, right? Jaden Hill's a baller. Bottom line. He runs out of bounds voluntarily to save time. That's a loss of 2. Big win for the Gators. 2nd down and 17. All right, 2nd and 17. This time again, Florida getting a 3-by-1 look. We saw them give up an easy play earlier. Not going to be easy this time. Nunnery going to lock up here, Marshall locked up on the outside. Safety over the top on this side. We are 4 on 3. On the bottom of your screen here, Wingo on the running back. We've seen Florida have issues before. Scooby and Shamar not covering the running back. Wingo, as a veteran here, says, I am covering the running back. This junk is not going to fly, which he does cover the running back. That's good. That means the only shot they take is the one-on-one shot, which Kimber's absolutely on top of. Perfect coverage there. That ball is not there. Kimber's right here on this play. Now we're going up and playing receiver. This is a phenomenal job by number 1, right? I mean, Kimber's in great position here. He almost just Odell's this thing, but Kimber, look at the blue glove, knocks that junk away. Big time play here on 2nd and 17, and then he almost gets it anyway, They're both battling. There it is. It's a great play by Kimber, right? Nothing there. That's a great play by the defense. 2 great plays in a row. 3rd and 17. 3rd down 17. Now Missouri comes out and says, okay, we don't like the 3-by-1. Let's go with the Tennessee-style offense here. Let's go with these splits. Not quite as wide as Tennessee, but we're going to go stack set here, 2-by-2. You can see Jaden Hill looking at the sideline, making sure we're locked up here. We're good. Okay, so we're going to cover this. I love this concept by Missouri up here. We've showed it before. What's going to happen is you're going to get a super slow developing and long running trail route where eventually the lead receiver, the number 2 here, is going to break off on a very skinny corner route just to get traffic in Jaden Hill so Luther Van Burden can run this post route. He is open, not by a lot, but the traffic does create an opening here. This is an excellent route combo, very well done. I love this combo. It's super hard to defend. Florida's manning this, really, really hard to defend this play, and that is exactly what Cook is opening up and looking at. However, the only reason this gets deterred is right here. He actually has time, and this is on Cook. He gets spooked a little, I think, here. His pocket is super clean. Look, nobody's here. Princely's run off. If he does a better job here, he converts this play already. Instead, he's a little spooked, and there is Luther. Look, you can see the skinny post. You see he's got leverage on Jaden. He's got space right here in the middle. That ball's going to be completed with a good throw. That's not Jaden's fault, by the way. That's just a really good play design and very hard to cover. It's generally why you want to get the quarterback off the spot and off of his first read. He was not off the spot, clean pocket. Now he's going to try to fit this ball in this tiny window here, which to his credit, he almost does. Right? Good coverage by Marshall. Castell over the top. Not going to happen. So now it's 4th down and 17. Look at Ricky. He's like, we got this. We're going to get a win on the road. Going to bowl eligible. Here's Billy chilling, but like, all right, fine. Let's go. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. We're right here. 4th and 17 here from Missouri. Not 4th and Missouri, although it kind of felt like it. Missouri comes out in a 2-by-2 set. And they decide they don't love this look. Kind of wish they would have stayed in this 2-by-2 set, but they don't. They're going to switch it up instead. Back to what we saw before, right? 3-by-1. Here's your 1. 3-by-1 right here. Eligible in your running back. 4th down and 17. Kind of that same look. It's a bunch set, but they're leaving him a little off. A little bit more on the inside. How does Florida want to defend this particular set? We just saw how Florida defended the stack set, where both Jaden and Jason Marshall were manning that junk up. Well, what is going to happen here? Similar concept is that this time Jaden's just going to bail and take the outside, and Jason Marshall's going to take whichever receiver runs in his vertical lane here, right? So that's what they're going to do here. Make sure they don't get mixed up again on that coverage of Manny Nunnery. He is going to be reading, as you see off your screen, the number 3 receiver right here. And he also is then going to read the number 2. So his helmet turns right now to read the number 2. Where's the number 2 going? Because if 3 comes over here, Florida is running a poach defense on a similar play we saw earlier where Miguel Mitchell got it wrong. This time, they're going to be in the poach. It's going to be Bryce Thornton. He's going to poach that drag across right here. Now here's Cook, and I think as he's dropping back, he can't believe what he sees. When his back foot hits the ground as Florida brings 4 right here, he's like, wait a minute. Is this real life? And he actually takes an extra little second. And Princely's about to get him. But I think he takes an extra little second because he's like, am I sure this is right? Do I really see this correctly? Yes, I do. And again, notice how he's already stopped running. Luther Van Burden, the best receiver on Missouri, is so open that he actually is way past the linebacker and he stops running. And for my money, Cook is kind of in disbelief. This ball should have been out right here. Right here. This ball should come out. He's open. It's over. Drop it right over Nunnery. Put him in there. Instead, I think he's like, wait, okay, I must be seeing this correctly. There's no robber. Put it to him. Piece of cake. Layup. What in the world is this? 4th and 17 looks like 1st down and 3. I mean, that is gross. He lands. No one even hits him. Lands. Runs 4 yards. On 4th and 17. And you can see, obviously, Jason Marshall is frustrated. Obviously, Jaden Hill is frustrated. Manny Nunnery, he's just confused because he was in no man's land guarding nobody, right? Who was he covering? Nobody. That's a bad look. That is frustrating. Let's take a look at a different angle. All right, here is the play, and here is the look. What goes wrong with this play? Take it out for yourself. Pretty easy to see. Right away, you can see Thornton is going to view what is happening. Watch his helmet. right here. He's going to open up and look at number 3. Number 3 comes across. He's going to pick him up. It's a poach defense. Nunnery is eyeing number 2. Jaden Hill falling back, eyeing number 1. Jason Marshall eyeing number 2. Right? They're both here eyeing these routes. Here we go. Nunnery now sees that the 2, the best receiver on Missouri, is running a vertical. Also notice the depth that Castell has. It's 4th down and 17. Here is the first down line, right? We need to get everyone theoretically back here, making this the drop zone. We can rally down and come make a tackle if the quarterback escapes or they dump it off to the running back. We have 17 yards to tackle them, right? However, we can't cover no one in no man's land, and we don't need to cover a 50-yard pass. Castell is still backpedaling. Nunnery has now placed himself in no man's land. What exactly is he defending there? Right? A whole lot of nothing. What exactly is Castell defending here? Castell should be up here, ideally, where Marshall is. Why? Because he knows on the bottom part of your screen here, Kimber is going to be responsible for this entire third by himself. He also knows that Marshall is going to run vertical. If he runs vertical, he's got this entire third over here. That leaves Castell with this third. If no one is deep on his third on 4th and 17, he needs to get down here and come help out. He needs to collapse this. Right now, he can see this guy is open. I need to come make a play. Nunnery needs to drop back, right? Now, again, I don't know the rules on Florida's defense on this one. There's lots of ways to play this, which we'll talk about in a second. But the way you don't want to play it is this way. And like you heard me mention, there's Cook's. Watch Cook's foot hit right here. This is when the ball should be thrown. Right now when his foot hits, notice the space. Notice how he's flat, right? This ball should come out right now. Right now. Don't waste any time. Because if he waits this long in the NFL, this safety is coming down here and picking that off for 6. But it's not the NFL. It's a freshman. It's a guy out of high school. He waits way too long. I seriously think he's in complete disbelief. Burden is literally standing here waiting for the football. He has stopped. He is standing there fair catching this football on 4th down and 17. And nobody is going to touch him when he catches it. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now look, there's other ways Florida could have played this 4th and 17. All throughout the year, we've seen Florida play man. We've seen them bring pressure. We've watched them do a variety of things, seen them play zone, right? So what I want to say is there's not a best way to play this. You might be from the school of pressure. Hey, you know what? Let's send 6. Let's send 7, right? And man up across the board. Let's send 6. Let's bring a pressure with 5. Let's play straight zone. Let's drop 8. There's so many things you can do here. There's a lot of different ways you can accomplish your goal. The major key point I want to harp on here is no matter which way you choose, whether it's a man with pressure, it's a man with no pressure, it's a man with a spy, whether you use a poacher like Florida does here, you go cover 4, cover 3, you go cover 2, whatever you want, you have to execute your defense, and you have to make sure your players know. This is coming out of a timeout. Your players have got to know where the sticks are, what the mission is, and what's on the line. You come out of a timeout. Hey, you know what you can't do? You can't let somebody catch the ball over your head in between both of you. Because if they catch the ball here, we're going to rally down and make a tackle. Because we're playing zone. We're all going to watch the pass be thrown. We're going to come down and make a tackle, right? So this is the worst of all worlds. I'm sure this is making the players and Coach Ham sick. It's a sickening play. It's really just a sickening play at this level of football, right? If you coach Pee Wee football, you're coaching middle school football, you're coming out of timeout telling all your kids probably this. Hey, we're going to bring 4, and I want all the rest of you to probably bail back like this, and you're going to play something like this. It's literally what you're going to do, right? Maybe set these 2 guys over top. Cover 2 man, one of my favorite things to play in this situation because you have 2 safeties looking back. Also very viable. But you're probably at least doing this at the sticks, right? High school football for sure. So again, is what we're doing here stupid or wrong? No, it's not. I would have made a different choice. However, if Nunnery runs with this route here, if he just gets back like he did on the previous plays, with this, they ran a similar concept, then this window is small, right? It's a much smaller window. It still would have had the window because at some point it's not Nunnery's job to run with him forever. Nunnery's going to stay underneath him and he's a safety over the top. There was still probably going to be a window, but obviously that window was huge. And on 4th and 17, you took all the pressure off of the quarterback. You let him make a super easy throw with a clean pocket, and that's just brutal. 2nd down and 10. Game is not over yet, right? 2nd and 10, long field goal, game not over. Florida going to match up here. Jaden Hill, Jordan Castell. Safety, on number 3 receiver. Burden, Jaden Hill. Guy who just made a hero play. What is Florida going to do here? We're good here. Let's watch technique difference here between Jaden and Castell. Jaden Hill opens up, eyes the quarterback, maintains a close relationship to Burden. Now he's coming downhill. If this ball were thrown to Burden, you can see that Jaden Hill is here. Look at the close range here. He's within 1 yard. Look at Castell. Trail position, right? Trail position. One more time. We're backpedaling. We're backpedaling. We're backpedaling. We're backpedaling. We're giving up too much. Look at the relationship. Look at the relationship. And now look at the relationship. Trail versus leveled up. Trail, leveled up, right? And because of that, look how easy this throw is. What a layup throw for a quarterback. Sending a clean pocket right here. Clean, nice pocket. Delivering easy. Let me look at this. Just right, just easy. Doesn't even get touched. They're playing against air out here. It's 2nd down and 10. You got to die on the hill to make a stop. Engage. Get in here. Easy. Just so easy. Brutal. Now they're definitely in field goal range. But that's not all. This is still a dicey field goal. Let's get a stop. Florida a little confused, late to get a rush. Super clean pocket. I mean, obviously we're fading here as a defense. Smash concept. Curl route. Corner route. Florida bracketing this route. Why? I mean, I don't know. Are you afraid of a touchdown right here? Maybe. Nunnery sitting on the inside. Jaden Hill 2-on-1. His job is to split the difference here and try to be able to recover to this deeper one if he can, right? One more time. He's going to release out here to the flats. Ideally here you want to call smash, smash, smash. You can see that Nunnery is going to eye him and decide that chilling in here is the way to go. Because, Jaden Hill's got this 2-on-1 no problem. He can do it. While Nunnery is going to just chill right here. He's like, I'm good. I got this. This is cool, right? We got 2-on-1 here. And we're being 2-on-1 here with a wasted defender here. Layup throw to the corner. He can stand facing the quarterback. Again, he's facing the quarterback. Catch the ball. Get out of bounds. No contact. Nothing going on. That's just gross. That's sick. Chip shot field goal. Game over. You get owned, right? Just not what you want to see with Florida football. Defensive performance, an issue. It's been an issue. This football team would have 7 or 8 wins if the defense was better. The reality is the defense does make a lot of quality plays during each game. And they also make a lot of really bad plays. It's sort of a barbell of one or the other. It's, 60 plays in a game, 45 of them are really good, and 15 are as bad as they can be. And that largely explains Florida's defense this year. Only time is going to give us the answers. Is it Coach Ham? Is it the players? You're not going to find out until next year if Coach Ham is still here. I, for one, think he will be here, and I think he's actually still going to be good, despite what you're seeing here. However, these things cannot continue to happen into next season, right? The excuse is no longer going to be there when all of these same guys, these freshmen and our sophomores, you're not going to have the same thing to rely on. This defense has got to clean up its act, and ideally, it figures something out before the Florida State game in Gainesville on Saturday. But that being said, this game was there for the taking. Florida, at the biggest moment on 4th and 17, gives up a layup and then gives up 2 more layups to give up a chip shot field goal. Really, really tough way for them to go out in this football game. The team fought hard. Players gave their all. Florida gave Missouri all they could handle on the road. They come up short in this game. And obviously the film, which we say never lies, doesn't lie here. A lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, but mainly just the explosive play rate is just unsustainable here at Florida. As always, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. I look forward to being with you next weekend for what could be the final time this season, breaking down a Florida game. Hopefully, of course, it is not. But I'm James from the Gator Nation Football Podcast Film Review. And as always, go Gators.